Hello guys, this isn't your normal format video, but I thought, hey, I'm a Destiny player. I've been playing this for 10 years. Let's see what the showcase has to show. And my oh my, was I unimpressed? Did I think that Bungie was unimaginative? Did I think that they were using Kate as a crutch to try and push this forward? And do I think it's going to be worse than Lightfall even is now, before, when it dropped, and in the future? Let's start here, shall we? A brand new subclass. Three of them, actually. Titan Super, Hunter Super, Warlock Super, Radiance, some fucking Twilight Gap shit, and some stupid let's throw a fucking knife like we're a solar hunter, but act like we're not throwing a knife, but kind of use the abilities of the void hunter, but just spin it instead. Let's look at how much imagination they put into these, huh? We'll get to that other part in a second. Neat. I just want to say, first of all, I'm so goddamn disappointed they didn't fucking make three new subclasses, or not three new subclasses, but a new subclass for all three classes, which would be three supers, new nades, all that shit. Instead, they made three new supers, and are expecting you to eat this shit sandwich like it's okay. I digress. Let's continue. Look at that. We can't forget about the magic hands. Can't forget about the magic hands. All right, we can't forget about this. You ready? Cool noise, guy. Cool noises again. Fantastic. Look at that. So you can use your snap and it goes a little fucking further and blows up weaker enemies. What a surprise. Your grenade is a stupid fucking bird that's probably going to do barely any damage in general. Alright, I just want to point out, at this point, I thought that when they nerfed Starfire Protocol, alright, when they nerfed that, it was for just because it was OP. But now I'm seeing it's because they wanted to create a super that does Starfire Protocol instead. It probably doesn't even do it better, if we're going to be quite honest. Not even close. And it's not like it has self-res. It's a half-ass canvas super from Destiny 1, which in this day and age, without self-res, and even back then without self-res, is ass. Now, let's watch this bird do some stupid shit to some basic enemies. Interesting. So it works like a fucking normal grenade. It looks like it only kills 3 things to 4 things max at a time. It doesn't seem to have that much bounce there, boys. I don't know what you're seeing, but that's what I'm seeing. Alright, so this is mobile Well of Radiance that only works with solar weapons, which we don't even know how good the buff is yet. You know, obviously they're not healing, it's straight buff for like power buff. But we don't even know how good it is yet. It could be horrible. From what I'm seeing, I think this is going to be absolutely horrendous. With sun bracers mixed into it. That's what you got. You got sun bracers, Starfire, and Well of Radiance that's mobile, that doesn't heal. With probably, if we're going to be honest, oh yeah, it only works on solar weapons, which will probably be a weaker buff than Well of Radiance still. Or even Bubble, which honestly Bubble deserves to have a high-ass buff, but that's a different situation there. We're not even... Let's continue. So, they can apply Scorch with the solar weapon. Something a good amount of the new solar weapons already fucking do. And look at that. There we go. We have a solar buddy now. I can only imagine how many man hours that took to make. I don't know, what would you say? 15, 16 minutes? Maybe, tops? And the only difference it is between Arc and Void is that, ho 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 ho, it'll leave ya and scorch the enemies. Wow, how fucking innovative. It doesn't look very alive, guys. It looks like you try to half-ass something real quick. The only thing that I can see inside of here that looks good is the world art. And that's it. I'm not, so far, Warlock Super, obviously I'm not impressed. Alright, let's go to the Hunter Super here. You take fucking exactly what I said earlier. A little bit of blink, alright? A little bit of knife action going on from the Void Hunter Super, and you make it throwable. Like their Tornado already does. I can almost guarantee that this is only going to be good for ad clearing and probably barely good at that. Let's skip to the next one. Oh, this is a little bit past that. And then we're at the Titan Super. Oh, we passed it a little bit. Okay. Well, the Titan Super just makes it so you have a fucking axis. Alright? And then you can pick it up after. So that tells me as well, don't expect much from this Super either. Alright? So these, already I'm seeing weak ass Supers. Alright? And here's the paid crutch. This is what they're crutching on to have you buy this fucking expansion. And it's so easily able to be seen because of how much they just bring up Cade throughout the whole fucking thing in general. I don't know how many times they've said Cade alone, but at this point, I'm thinking it's 110 minimum. And don't get me wrong, I love Cade. He's the only comedic relief in the game besides the Drifter. But still, that's not something you clutch on. Is that where all your money went, Destiny? Is that where it went, Bungie? Is to Cade? I doubt that you paid $8 million on Cade. I understand you have developers to pay, but fuck. It can't be looking this bad for a $100 expansion. Alright, and I know you're like, but that's with the seasons, it's $100. Oh, you mean episodes? Yeah, let's get into this real quick. So we have Echo, Reverent, and Heresy. Sorry. 6 weeks, 6 weeks, 6 weeks. That's how they're each split up. From March to June, July to October, November to February. Okay. And tell me quick, guys. Do you see anything special or different about these besides the fact that they're all this tells me here is that they're splitting up the content that they already had for the whole fucking year in general. Alright? And putting it all into one location to just be drip fed to you like you're a little fucking baby. Out of the smallest water droplet possible. Smaller than the scientific ones. Just to drip feed you, hoping you to keep you there as long as possible. Oh, new quest, new story. What's new? What's new? We already have weekly quest. So what, we're going to have weekly quest here? That'll last like 3 weeks and then stop? And then 6 weeks later, or 3 weeks later, we'll have the rest of it here? And then it'll stop? And then 3 weeks after that, we'll have the rest of it here? Oh, don't tell me we get 3 exotics. No. No way. For a company as large as Bungie that acts like they're the victim and have the victim mentality more than any company I've seen in my life, they really don't want to overdo it for their fans. They don't want to fucking over-deliver. Because then they actually have to work. Then Bungie has to either get more devs or pay their devs more. Oh, but the Tiger engine, the engine that they create, oh my god, it's so hard. I created it. We created it, but it's so hard. Why not make a new engine? Oh my god, that's so hard. Oh my god. Can you just take it, please? This $20 worth of content while we put the rest of the content into the Eververse? Please. Come on, just take it. Please take it. Just buy. It's a small loan of $100 a year. And that's not counting Eververse. Come on, just take it. But you also get the dungeon keys. You mean for the 2 fucking dungeons that drop a year, that might as well just be glorified large missions? The only one that was in the past 2 years that was actually worth playing, in my opinion, was the Season of the Deep one, which was Ghost of the Deep. And that's just because it was big and neat. But a lot of those aspects, you could tell, they took from what they were already using in that fucking season. Sure, there were new boss mechanics. The boss mechanics were different. That's nice. You know, I can't complain about that. Overall, that dungeon's probably one of my more preferred dungeons. They also released 2 raids a year as well. All I'm saying is, I think they could have done more. For this expansion. For us as a community. Hire more people. You got a lot of money now. Or get to work. You have Sony behind you. I'm sure you could ask them to help you with your studio. And I'm sure they'd be more than willing to give you some of the resources for it. But you don't want to over-deliver, Bungie. Not the first time I'm hearing that. Not the first time I'm seeing this. I mean, this to me looks just as bad as when I saw the Lightfall trailer. And it screams to me Lightfall. It screams to me, be ready to be disappointed, but without any real new subclass. And with barely any meat to the patty. We're going to give you a shit sandwich with extra shit and cheese this time. So you can scarf that shit sandwich we gave you down a little easier. It's just, this is a disappointment. I'm disappointed with Bungie. And honestly, I can't believe what this showcase was. At minimum, if they were going to do the whole super thing, they should have released 2 new supers to 3 new supers for each class. So 1 for Void, 1 for Arc, and 1 for Solar on each character. Not just 1 super per character. No, 1 for each character. Unless maybe, and I'm really hoping, like if this ends up being a thing, I'll take everything I'm fucking saying back. But I know it won't be. Unless maybe, for some reason, Season of the Echoes has a new Darkness subclass in it that they're deciding to drop. Or Revenant has a new super in it that it's deciding to drop. Or Heresy has one. But we all know that's not going to happen. They're going to give us little gimmicky mechanics like they have been doing. We're going to get little drip-fed shit, which they have been doing. And they're going to disappoint us once again, which they have been doing. The only difference is I don't want to fucking take it anymore. I'll give it one last shot. Because Witch Queen was so good to me. It was my favorite expansion since the Taken King. The TTK, Taken King days. I'll give him one more shot with this one. It's all I have left in me. And after this, I don't even think I'll watch the next showcase. I'll wait for the expansion after that to go on sale. Because I just want to be there for the end of a fucking era. End of a chapter I've been waiting to end for 10 years. An end of Destiny 2, in my opinion, as we know it. I don't even know if it's going to be able to last after this, if it's anywhere near disappointing. Because there's nothing for players to look forward to at that point. There's no new big baddie. You can't add another fucking Hive sister. We confidently know there's 3. And we're probably not going to kill one of them in Lightfall. That's probably what Heresy is about. Alright? Just taking a guess. Throwing it out there. But she's not enough to make a whole other expansion be worth buying. Xivu of Wrath, I can give less than 2 shits about. No matter how much they hype it out. Savathun was so needed because you knew after her was coming the big boy, the big dick boy, the one with the massive balls, and they're just running everywhere and they're flopping and banging on the fucking floor, whatever, dude. We don't know what's next. And for all we know, they could just be doing these episodes from now on. Which, you know what? Whatever, that's fine. If they want to do that, that's fine. It's okay. But if there's shit, I don't even want to bother with it. The only other cool thing that I can say is inside, which I've seen the whole time, was this collector's edition right here. This has to be one of the coolest things and only thing that actually surprised me in this whole fucking showcase. Is the original OG tower. It's badass. They did a great job on that. But that's all I can give them, guys. If I had your money, I'd say, if you're going to spend the money anyway, I guess spend it, but don't expect much. Expect to be disappointed. And I'd say make this your final expansion. Possibly even your final Bungie game. I can't take it anymore. I know most can't take it anymore. And based on how good Starfield is, which, if it's that good and it'll last me past the expansion of Destiny 2, the final shape, which will go on sale within a month anyway, fuck it. I might just wait on the final shape. I have one world's first under my belt. Or not world's first, fuck, sorry. Day one, done. So, I have flawless most raids. I've done high-end content. I've played the shit out of the game. And I think it's just coming to an abrupt suicide because of the developers. And this game, quote from Moist Critical, Penguin Zero himself, has unlimited potential. But Bungie chooses to fuck the consumer and fuck the game every time for greed instead. Have a good one. Have a great day, night, and or evening. Take care, and goodbye.